Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home.
It's informative, it's entertaining, and it's educative. Yes, and you are just in time for it. Today's show is jam-packed with inspiring stories of Kenyans making it big both home and away. My name is Michael Zimanji, and here is what we have in store.
B360 is a full-service architectural, engineering, consulting, and logistics firm.
Find out how Peter Karenge and Alex Njoroge have made it in project management for big clients including the US government.
We also serve the diaspora a lot, where we design and also build for them.
Also this week, turning plots into homes.
We are in apartments, we are in villas, and we are in bungalows back in Kenya.
How Naftali Mwangi's unique niche is attracting the diaspora market. And on our back home segment,
we are now doing a 5-week pre-departure training.
Increased governmental support for Kenyan migrant workers abroad.
Great, with that out of the way, let's now join Alex Chamwada in the United States.
Peter Karenge and Alex Njoroge have a real daring story. They dared to dream. They dared to put resources together and trust each other to build an international consultancy firm with offices in the US and in Kenya.
This is a humble B360 offices, and these are my team members.
Hi guys, habari zenu? Mko salama?
B360, which basically is short for Biz Solution 360, is a full-service architectural, engineering, consulting, and logistics firm, headquartered here in Washington, D.C., but with ongoing projects all over the U.S., but also in 12 countries in Africa. So B360 was started by myself and my co-director, Alex Njoroge. And basically, we are two professionals, an architect, myself, and Alex, an engineer, who basically felt that they could be more impactful working on the US-Africa space.
Simply put, their services are geared towards providing innovative business solutions to projects in their areas of specialization.
We provide these services in 4 main tracks. We have basically an architectural engineering silo, and on that we provide design services, engineering services, architectural engineering services, construction management services, and other related services like feasibility studies, mainly to US agencies, but also to private individuals, including the diaspora and what have you. The second silo is basically construction, cinema fundi, and what we'll do is basically provide one-stop shop. So with US contracts, US opportunities, there is a way where you can provide both the architectural and the construction services, unlike sometimes the way we do it in Kenya. So we come in and basically provide the services from the programming, from the actual feasibility, figuring out what is required, what are the requirements, all the way to the design, and eventually provide the key to that.
We are working with the GSA. GSA is General Service Administration in the US. They deal with all the US government building. We also work with the National Park Service, who deal with all the education facilities within the US. We have also worked with state government, whereby we have supported their facilities in terms of their structures, innovation works, design work, and also asset management for their program here in the US. But we still also have some other work overseas. You need business development, but you don't need connections. Some of the projects we have gotten, we did not even know anybody. We just went to online government contracting. We bid for work, we met the requirements, and we were shortlisted. And then we were awarded the contract.
Some of our projects that we're really excited about, for example, right now we are finalizing a $10.6 million project in Liberia for US aid. And what this project, it has two phases. What this project is doing is providing a data for at least 10,000 users. So 10,000 households and commercial spaces will be able to basically open their taps every morning and get water because of some of the work that we are doing.
B360 offices in Kenya are located along Kamiti Road in Kiambu County, and these are the staff members that support the company's operations in Kenya and other countries in Africa.
In Kenya, we have just delivered an ETS system to Kevevapi. Kevevapi is Kenya Veterinary and Vaccine in industrial area, which is basically a parastatal where they build and manufacture vaccines, our animal vaccines, for not just Kenya, but for the region. And what was realized was that they were basically providing or putting out their effluent or their waste products into the system. So working in conjunction with the US government, the Kenya and the US government, they put out a project to clean out that effluent or to treat that effluent. So we were involved in that project for probably 6 to 8 months, and we just delivered that. It's a project we're really excited. Basically cleaning up that whole effluent to potable water that you and I could even possibly drink. So really excited about that. But we have done other projects. We've actually worked for Kenya Ports Authority on a couple of projects.
Alex's role in B360 is strategy, business development, and project implementation, while Peter is in charge of outreach, procurement, and contracting, with the diaspora being one of their other key markets.
We also serve the diaspora a lot, where we design for the diaspora and also build for them. So it just depends with what is there. So basically that's the construction tier.
The diaspora would be thinking of individuals. So what would you do for an individual Kenyan living in the diaspora?
A lot. First, we'll do what we would call like a feasibility. A feasibility includes some due diligence. So if you come to us, we'll be able to assist you and let you know where you are actually investing or where you're actually buying or you're actually wanting to build the land. What is the feasibility of that project? What is your ROI? You know, most of the designers, when you go to them to request for a designer to build, they'll just put it up. And that's why you'll find sometimes you have projects all over the place.
So does that have to be land, any projects?
Yes. Lots of projects, some in Muthaiga, but also some affordable housing. It's housing. This is mainly housing. So we have put up projects for residential clients in Muthaiga North, in Muthaiga itself. We've put up projects in Thika. We've put up projects in Kasarani, in Kamiti, but those are more. So, but it's basically the whole of the design process, Alex, ranging from, figuring out the due diligence in terms of the feasibility, the due diligence in terms of the land. That, you know, sometimes people are putting up projects on land that was previously acquired. Yeah, so we are helping them with that.
Both Alex and Peter were brought up in Eastlands, Nairobi, so they know each other from far.
After my high school, I volunteered some services to Dadora Catholic Church, where we stayed for about 10 years. And then I applied. We had some few friends in the US, and they communicated and they applied for me for the school, and then that's how I ended up in the US as a student. I was in Tennessee State University. I joined my master's in business administration, and I came to Washington, D.C. area, where I started my career in some of the firms that are within the D.C. area, some of the big architectural engineering firms.
Being brought up in Bahati, we would wake up every day and figure out and work in my mother's shop before going to school. Over the weekend, we would wake up really early and go and solicit for orders in various parts of Bahati, if you know the Bahati shopping center. And it's going and say, hey, we are selling sodas, we know the other people selling sodas, but if you give us this order, we'll bring it really, really fast, probably than the other guys. Yeah, but also, we are a large family. You won't just be selling sodas to us. It will be much more impactful than going to the larger companies. Tea is the same thing. Entrepreneurship is the same thing. is figuring out what are your services, what can you offer, but also figuring out where is the problem, what are the gaps, and then filling that gap and filling it in a way that is profitable. It's as simple as that. That's what we do.
Peter came to the US through sports.
Yes, I was a pretty good student, having gone to pursue architecture, but it is tennis that actually brought me first to South Africa and then to the US, coaching the national junior team, then coaching, being part of the national team, then eventually going to South Africa to work at the International Tennis Federation, to work with the talented kids all over Africa. And that is where I actually got my scholarship to come in and play and coach tennis. I was coming in to do a master's in architecture, but my 6-year course at the University of Nairobi, when I came in here, became an equivalent of a master's. So I did a master's in IT. And then basically after that, went ahead and pursued an MBA and eventually worked for some small companies, some large companies, and eventually started B360.
B360's office is strategically located in the heart of Washington, D.C., the federal capital of the United States of America.
The significance of this location is that it's right in the center. The White House is 2 blocks away. The World Bank is just a block or 2 away. USAID itself is just a couple of blocks from here. It's more of a melting point. What we're trying to do is just invite, especially Africans, to come in here and work with us and figure out what kind of solutions can we solve together. I really like that saying. My grandfather kept saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. Yeah, but if you want to go far, go together, go with somebody. So this, what we have here is a space where you, as Alex, Chams Media, you can come and hold your meetings. We've hosted up to 70 people in this space. We have 4 small conference rooms.
Indeed, Alex Njoroge and Peter Karenge's work ethics is worth emulating. They say their success is hinged on trust, and this is their advice in our Diaspora Byte segment.
Diaspora Byte, brought to you by TapTapSend. Send money to Kenya from the diaspora by simply downloading the TapTapSend app today to get started.
The advice I can give to the youth is ability to make efforts in what you do. And when I mean by effort on what you do is there should be a development of self-trust. That's number 1. Number 2 is it's always important to talk to people who are experienced.
Times are hard, but there is an opportunity, and the opportunity is out there to be able to utilize the strength, the virility out of those struggles.
Diaspora Byte, brought to you by TapTapSend. Send money to Kenya from the diaspora by simply downloading the TapTapSend app today to get started. Download and use the code ChamsMedia and instantly get a cash bonus on your first transfer.
Quite inspiring from the daring duo in the United States. Time for us to go on a short break, but when we return,
We are in apartments, we are in villas, and we are in bungalows back in Kenya.
Hyso Properties and their revolutionary idea for the real estate market. Also ahead,
We are now doing a 5-week pre-departure training.
increased governmental support for Kenyan migrant workers abroad.
Guys, yes! It's bigger and it's better. Bamba Nyumba na AMG Realtors.
We're not giving out just a shamba, we're giving out a shamba with a house. Nyumba.
Isitoshe, we have weekly gift vouchers. A 50 by 100 plot at the end of every month. Let me tell you what you need to do. It is very simple. For every 100,000 Kenya shillings that you're spending with us on any of our properties, you automatically get an entry into the Bamba Nyumba draw and stand a chance to win prize number 1, gift number 2, and number 3. So contact us today.
You're watching Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home.
Welcome back to the show. In the first part, we saw a daring duo and how they're making it big in the United States. Now, while there, Alex Chamwada bumped into an amazing individual by the name Naftali Mwangi, who has a revolutionary idea for the real estate sector.
I've met a very daring Kenyan entrepreneur here. He dared quit his job and began a real estate company. This company is known as Hyssop Properties, and his name is Naftali Mwangi. Karibu to the show, Naftali.
Asante sana, Alex. Yes.
Asante. Nice to meet you in Houston.
Thank you so much.
Mara yetu ya kwanza kukutana majuu.
Hapa in Houston, they say it's summer, and it's real summer.
So what brings
38
you?
degrees
Imagine,
Celsius.
38 degrees Celsius.
I'm actually sweating.
Lakini tutasurvive.
Kabisa.
Yeah. So what brings you to Houston?
Came to Houston as an invitation by the Kenya women in the US. This is a 14,000 members Chama. We have done business with them for the last 2 years rather, and they invited us here.
So tell us more about Hyssop Properties. What do you do?
Hyssop Properties has got 3 pillars. We've got a very good proposition called turning plots into homes.
Turning plots into homes.
Turning plots into homes. Look at it this way. 70% of Kenyans buy land for speculation purposes. It's called land banking. And there is nothing wrong with that. But what about if we can turn those plots, even 40% of all those plots, into houses? Even if you didn't buy to build, then you can buy to rent, or you can buy to sell. We get to capture what is in your mind in terms of construction, and I'll get you into the second pillar of why we do this. Then we design. We have got a team of professionals in-house. We will design the right house for you. We will put on structural designs. And if you do not have the finances to do this, we have a huge partner called Tower Sacco. They finance you and we construct the house for you stress-free.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting. So, Naftali, what do you have for the diaspora?
We came here because we have got so many clients here who have been going through a lot of stress constructing back home. There has been a lot of trust issues, and we have got a very good model for the diaspora people where we do something called digitizing trust. We are building for you and you're in diaspora. We don't use your money to build. We escrow that money with our partner. We build with our money, and upon you ticking every box, we cash out from our partner.
Okay.
And so that makes sure that nobody loses on it.
Interesting, yeah, because so many Kenyans really want to invest back home, but they're like, am I sure? But then what sets you apart? Because that fear is still there.
The process sets us apart. You have your money, you have your 3 million, you have your 5 million, you want to build a beautiful home for your parents, for you, for retirement. We come in, we sign contracts, we have lawyers involved, in-house lawyers involved, consultancy lawyers involved. And then we build using our money at Hyssop Properties. And then we cash out once the customer is fully satisfied. That sets us apart, because traditionally it is you send me 1 million, I spend it. Send another 3 million, I spend it. But in these, we use our money to construct.
Okay, yeah.
Of course, when we have a guarantee from the bank that they have received the money.
Yeah, that's interesting. Umesema mnasaidia watu kujengea wazazi nyumba.
Tunasaidia watu, tuko na kitu kingine inaitwa zawadi mzazi.
Zawadi mzazi.
Zawadi mzazi. Let me give you some numbers. 60% of Kenyans, of the youth in Kenya, want to build where they came from. You grew up in a house that you feel, no, I need to give my mother better dignity. I need to give my father some better dignity. And so what we do is we help you zawadi your mzazi with beautiful houses, zawadi your mzazi with refurbished houses. We have a sister company that does fully interiors.
Okay.
Yes, that is the Zawadi Mzazi program. Yes. Currently, we are constructing 38 houses across the country.
Okay.
Yes.
So where are your properties exactly?
We have a big presence in Nakuru County. Apparently, I come from that side of Kenya. Then we have Kitengela, a place called Kisaju. We have done beautiful apartments on Kiambu Road. And there's something beautiful we are doing in a place called Denderu. Denderu ni pale mbele ya Ruaka. Mbele ya Ruaka. And we are coming up with Hyssop Villas in Naivasha.
Very interesting and well done, Naftali.
Thank you so much, Alex.
I admire your courage.
Asante.
You know, but who is this man, this daring guy, Naftali?
Naftali is a daring person. I'm an ambitious person. My story is fully an audacity of hope. Born and brought up in a place called Eldam Ravine, and I was brought up in a landless community. My parents didn't have land. Our house was not very good.
Ulisomea nini?
Nikasomea JKUAT, nikasomea stima.
Stima meaning what?
Electrical engineering.
Oh, you are an electrical engineer?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I did electrical engineering, and then I was employed in an international bank. Apparently, I did not know why I needed to do electrical. Then I worked in a bank.
So then you did electrical. What were you doing in a bank?
I was not sure. Okay.
What you are doing? Are you a bank teller?
I worked in a bank. No, I was actually a relationship manager.
Okay, relationship manager.
In a bank, and I wish in university I did a different subject. Nevertheless,
meaning what?
Here
That's where your passion was in terms of work?
My passion was not in electricals and technical stuff.
Okay.
My passion was in creating business, creating relationships, and finance.
I happened to meet one of Naftali's clients at the Kwitu event. That is the Kenya Women in USA event in Houston. And she had an interesting testimony about Hyssop Properties and what they've been able to do together. Let's listen to her. Her name is Chege. Remind me the name?
Grace Chege.
Grace Chege. Let's listen to Grace Chege.
They are building right now some properties in Nakuru, and I'm part of it. And through the whole process, it has been a very good, smooth process. And as diaspora, we've been lipped before. So when you find somebody good, we saying, I'm delivering, and they deliver. They have delivered some other buildings that they were constructing. They have literally gone above and beyond. Because customer service is a very great need for diaspora. And that's where most of the investors miss. Anybody who can come and meet the deadlines, answer calls, respond to emails, and above all, deliver something of high quality. The diaspora market is going to be good for you. And that's why I'm with Hyssop today.
Great. You saw us in Houston City, Texas. Now, guess where?
We are in Nakuru.
We are in Nakuru, yes.
Yes.
So tuko Maju na nyumbani.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've heard the story of Naftali and Hyssop Properties, and this is quite encouraging. So we are back in Kenya to tell you more about what they are doing back home. And just begin by telling us where are we and what's behind us.
So we are in a place called Barnabas in Nakuru, and what we have done here is very beautiful bungalows, 8 only, on half an acre, each one on its own compound. And these are for sale, sir.
Okay.
It's a 3-bedroom, all en suites. Every bedroom has got its own closet. And then we also have one huge common use toilet. Yes. Currently, we're selling each unit at 8.5 million. 8.5 million. There is a room for negotiation. Yes. And they are 100% complete. We are cleaning. There's a beautiful garden. There's a beautiful back end. And a whole parking for more than five cars.
What's the size of the land on each unit?
This is on a 50 by 100.
That's an 8.
50 by 100. An 8.
Okay,
yes.
Great.
Quite revolutionary from Hyssop Properties. Many thanks to Alex for that story. Time now for our back home segment, and today it's all about how the government is increasing its support for Kenyan migrant workers as they prepare to dare abroad.
My name is Kaituko Geoffrey Eyanai. I am the Principal Secretary for Labor and Skills Development in the Ministry of Labor. When we joined the Ministry of Labor, in the NEA, National Employment Authority's website and records, at that time there were 900 agents. Now, those are the ones who were registered. We had other agents who operated without registration, and those are the ones we call fake agents. So in March, we started revetting agencies, and we now have 599 from 900. They have come down to 599, those ones that are licensed. And we encourage Kenyans who want to get jobs outside this country, be it in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia or any other country, to go through agencies that are registered with the National Employment Authority, because we will be able to account for them We will also be able to follow up should anything happen to them wherever they will go. So we have revetted agencies. We have insisted on directors coming. Initially, nobody was doing that. You just apply for a license to be a private recruitment agency. You pay the money, then you are given. But as government, we have taken charge of that process for our local agents. The other thing we've done is to revamp and streamline the pre-departure training. You will note that a lot of people who fall prey to the machinations of human traffickers are people who don't understand their rights, who have not been equipped with knowledge of the culture of the country that they go to. So we now insist, after visiting Saudi, because we were told train your people, we are now doing a 5-week pre-departure training to equip the worker who is going to Saudi Arabia and to any other country with the kind of skills, with the kind of knowledge they need to have regarding the culture, the language, and also the technology that is being used in that country. We have a website, it's called NEAMIS. It's a website, NEA, National Employment website. There's also the Minister of Labor. But equally, we have, in the NEAMIS, we have a list of all agencies there. We also have a list of all employers who are registered with us. It is true that there is very low level of awareness here in Kenya. We encourage people to visit this website. Secondly, they can also visit the ministry headquarters here for more information, or they can go to NEA offices in Kasarani. Recently, in collaboration with Immigration and Diaspora Affairs, we are coming up with a new system which is integrated. And as part of that system, we are going to have an app that will help you access all information that you need about a domestic worker, an employer. I want to assure Kenyans that there is going to be a whole government that supports any Kenyan who goes outside. Initially, that support was missing. But now you have the Ministry of Labor, Foreign Affairs, the State Department for Diaspora, Immigration, Security. All these people, we are now aligned to support our people who go to other countries.
Cooperative Bank, we are you.
With that, we have come to the end of the show today. Many thanks to our guests and to you for tuning in. My name is Michael Zimanji, and on behalf of the crew responsible for this week's episode, we say let's do this again next time.
Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Coop Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home.